something just clicked in my mind where it was like, I was actually talking to someone just like this. And like that day, or it just hit where it was like, wow, I'm not going to be working at my job tomorrow. And
that's the moment of truth right there.
it was a dive. Like, and the next day, like that was it.
But was it because you felt relatively secure financially, or was it because whether you had the money or not, you're not going to do this job anymore, you're going to dedicate yourself to Guide Gap?
That's exactly it. Yeah. And I'm not like at that point, my other job, it was just the manager, like everything wasn't great.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what I wanted to do. Yeah. So like going through my life at half speed is not what I wanted to do.
It was not an option anymore.
Yeah. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then going to that relationship thing, that ended. So it was just like, okay, let's just, all I got to do is take care of myself.
True.
So, and I, had my Jeep. I could live out of it. Yeah. So went for it. And yeah, that next day I did it. And I actually kept a diary of like the few weeks after that just to, and
be able to look back and see what was going through your mind.
Yeah, it was extremely, extremely scary.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because all of the comfort, all of the boxes I've spent my whole life checking was gone.
Yeah.
And now
it's liberating too, I would think.
It was, but that comes after the initial like, oh my God, what did I just do?
I'm panicking. Yeah.
And essentially I pulled my 401k. That's where I got my money from. I had about $80,000 in it after taxes and everything.
After they rip you off for taking it out early.
Yeah. It was like, it was $6,000, and that's what I started Guide Gap with, which is a lot more than you talk to a lot of people. They start off with like $200. So
yeah, some stories can make it that way.
Yeah. So
$80,000 is not a big budget if you're gonna live and make a business out of it too.
Yeah.
And support yourself until that business starts making anything.
Yeah. And the thing that hurt me was I paid a web developer that it didn't pan out, but I lost $10,000 there.
Wow.
Like, and early on that was like, God, that stinks. And
mistakes of building your first business.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, for sure. And I remember the first week I was in Moab, just like camping out in an area. And I spent all day, there's this coffee shop there that I love.
Yeah.
And I spent all day trying to
what is it?
It's down the road. It's like a New Orleans style coffee shop. It's like out of this little cargo carrier thing.
Yeah.
It's just
so it's like in Moab, like in the area where people go.
It's off the main strip, but you just keep going and it'll be on your right. Sorry, I don't know.
You will come back to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great place. And I spent all day wondering whether or not I should get this $2 cortado, and like I didn't do it. That's
discipline.
I spent like 4 months living like that, just like I can't buy this 99-cent burger or whatever.
Wow.
And yeah, I was just living in BLM land, doing, meeting up with guides, just
cooking for yourself,
constantly working. Like I became so afraid to stop working.
What'd you do for Wi-Fi?
I used my cell phone as a hotspot.
And that worked enough? Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was the nice thing about having guides everywhere. I'd be like, hey, what's a camp spot that I could have cell phone service? And then
they know
that. Yeah. So I had a bunch of great camp spots everywhere. And everyone would be like, oh my God, you're living the dream. Like you're living out of your vehicle, you're traveling, you're climbing, you're mountain biking, you're camping. But like when you do something like this, you're so afraid to stop working because the less you work, the less chances you will have to feed yourself later. So it changes.
It's a dichotomy of even generally self-employed people.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. I pretty much just own my businesses all my life. And first few times before you get used to it, it's like, okay, so this is fun. But also, if I don't grind my ass off beyond what most people would think is reasonable, I might not have what to eat like in 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's pretty scary.
Everyone's like, oh, like you're your own boss. It must be great. And you're like, no, I got a boss. It's like this never-ending pile of work right here that, like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done.
It takes a lot of discipline and balls, you know, just courage. Because if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. And I don't think when people say that you're living the dream, that they really are thinking that you're living the dream, because they don't want that dream.
Yeah.
They want security. And there's no good or bad. You know, I think we're kind of split somewhere in society. Maybe some people are more oriented towards being able and have the courage and skin to kind of jump into that self-employed game.
Ignorance too, for sure.
Ignorance,
Yeah.
or willingness to get humbled by life and eat it.
Yeah.
Eat that dirt and just be like, yum yum, give me another shot of mud
let's have
with
some
that.
more.
Yeah, and if you have it, you have it. But I think most people, you know, they go back to the job that gives them that, you know, 5 o'clock cutoff, and Friday, you know, rolls around, and you just, you know, slip into your, you know, comfy clothes, and basically nothing's gonna happen if you do nothing.
Yeah.
The contrary, you should do as much nothing as you can.